My bike's been running great. It's done 120 hours now, but curiosity got the better of me, and I decided to go ahead and get a Keihin carburetor to compare to the Mikuni. This is the carburetor I purchased. It's a Keihin 38mm PWK air striker, and I purchased it from JD Jetting. You can see there the part number, and it specifically designed this kit for KTM bikes 125 through 300, and it comes with the JD Jetting kit. So in the jetting kit you get two needles, one's red, one's blue. And then you get some jets as well, one pilot jet and 4 main jets. The kit comes with an instruction sheet which details how to fit the jetting kit into the carburetor, and also how to make changes depending on weather and elevation. And you can see here the details of the jets included in the kit. Here you can see the inlet of the carburetors. Keihin's on the left, Mikuni's on the right. Here you can see the other side of the carburetors, Keihin on the left, Mikuni on the right. And you can see the overall size is fairly similar, but the Keihin is slightly taller. But really the most important dimension, as long as the carburetor fits in the bike of course, is the distance from the outlet to the inlet. And on both these carburetors it's 75mm. So no modifications to the air boots are required to fit the Keihin, which is good news. And here you can see the slides. The Keihin's on the left, Mikuni on the right, and you can see the cutout is quite a bit different between the two. One handy thing with the JD Keihin kit is you can use the stock throttle cable. You just have to wind in the adjuster at the throttle fully. Keihin carb comes supplied with this brass piece on the top, which is a cable holder, which is not required. So you just remove this, unbolt it, and then bolt in the stock cable. I've fully assembled the carburetor now and installed the throttle cable, and before I put it in the bike I'm going to check that the throttle cable adjustment is correct. So open it fully, make sure the slide goes all the way up, and then release it, and it should make a noise like that when it goes down. And then on the throttle check there's a small amount of play, which there is. So it looks like the standard throttle cable with the adjuster fully screwed in is no problem at all. And the fit of the Keihin is very good. As I mentioned before, the length from the inlet to the outlet is exactly the same as the Mikuni. So the air boot fit is very good, and the Keihin doesn't touch any parts of the engine. There's good clearance all around it, so no problem at all. And when I took the Mikuni out and fitted the Keihin, I flipped the subframe up. Just take the lower subframe bolts out, flip it up, and that gives you plenty of room to install the carburetor. So I wanted to also show you how much slack there is in the throttle cable. So as you can see, I'm running a steering damper which raises bar height about 1 inch, and then my bar mounts are slightly taller than normal, and then I'm using some Renthal high bars, so it's raised the bar height quite a bit, and even with that the standard throttle cable has plenty of slack on full lock, so the standard cable is fine with the Keihin. The only modification I need to make from stock was the fuel line. The stock fuel line is 8mm, and the inlet on the Keihin is 7mm. So I tried using the stock one and it just leaked out fuel, so I had to go and buy some new fuel line. Other than that, it just bolts in, so it's pretty simple install. For the initial running, I've set the air screw to 1.5 turns out and pulled the choke on. I'm going to have to adjust the idle screw. I've warmed the bike up and I set the idle, so it's idling quite nicely now. So when I ride tomorrow off-road, I'll make any further adjustments to the idle and air screw as necessary.